WON YouTube Networks is now on Facebook. Check it out.
This is WON Brooklyn. From Old Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York, WON Sports presents New York White Sox baseball, powered and presented by MLB The Show 18. Tonight is an AL Central Division matchup between the New York White Sox and the Minnesota Twins. We'll have all the action between the Sox and Twins coming up following these messages. This is the Sox on WON.
What are you doing, Jack?
I'm posing for the Eagle Holiday Nut Display.
What are you supposed to be, Scrooge? Where's the charm? Give me the Eagle Honey Roast Peanuts. Now watch me. Now give me the Eagle Lightly Salted Peanuts.
Love them.
You have to sing. Now the new Maple Roast Nuts.
Ooh, I love them even more.
Perfect pyramidal form. Now the charm. We're ready.
No, we're not. Cinnamon roast.
You're making a
New
mockery,
Eagle
Jeff.
mix. I'll give you a Scrooge bar humbug. Ready. Catch. Look for the Eagle Holiday Nut Display at your store.
This is J.C. Penney's $10 dress shirt. It's made of silky, smooth Ultressa polyester, a fabric many $14 shirts are made of. It has a special collar that feels soft but stays in shape, a feature many $16 shirts have. It has 7 buttons instead of 6, so that it won't pop open at the waist, a feature some $20 shirts don't even have. The J.C. Penney $10 dress shirt, probably one of the most expensively made $10 dress shirts in America.
Back at Yankee Stadium, Nolan Ryan will be on the mound for the New York White Sox. He's 4-1 with an ERA of 4.79. This is his 7th game. He's been in 6 games so far this season. 45 strikeouts delivered. And 10 walks surrendered. Byron Buxton will lead off, center fielder, hitting at 270 with 4 homers and 15 runs batted in. Sox trying to rebound after a very tough loss against Adam Wainwright in St. Louis. First pitch swung on a miss and we're underway. Good crowd on hand for this Friday night game. Glad you could join us here on WON Channel 9. There's Roberto Alomar manning second base. The 0-1 on the way. Popped them up. Behind the plate, Mike Piazza under this one. He'll make the catch for the first out of the ball game. Let's take a look at the Minnesota Twins batting lineup. As it's a sold-out crowd here in the Bronx, it looks like this. You got Buxton, Mauer, Dozier, Sano, Rosario, Kepler, Escobar, Polanco, and Castro. That's your 1 through 9 batting lineup. There is a DH here. Joe Mauer hitting at .323 so far this year. Couple of RBIs given him, has yet to hit a home run though in the season at the moment. Strike, 0-1. Former catcher, now first baseman for Minnesota. It is a cool but comfortable. It's 50 degrees. The wind is blowing out to left field, so for the right-handed batters, well, the home run ball could be on their side. That's popped up, foul ground again. This time third base side, and it's Boggs who makes the catch for the second out of the ball game.
Second baseman.
Well, that'll bring up Brian Dozier hitting at .294 with 2 homers and 16 runs batted in. Two outs, bases empty. Here's the pitch on the way. Strike. 0-2. 0-1 actually, my mistake. The umpires for today's game, Holiday will be catching the balls and strikes. Lawrence at third, Parker at second, and of course the rest. Parker was actually at first. The 0-1 to Dozier. Hold the third. Nice grab there by Boggs. Side retired. 1, 2, 3 go to Twins. The Sox coming to bat in the middle of the first. Michael Pineda, the former Yankee, the former M, is now on the mound for the Twins. He's 2-1 with an ERA of 2.70. This is his 7th game. He's been in 6. He's delivered 40 strikeouts and has surrendered 6 walks. And the top of the batting lineup for the Sox will lead off. It'll be Roberto Alomar, hitting at .345 with 8 home runs and 25 runs batted in. He had an afternoon to forget yesterday. A huge base running blunder by him and Jim Rice cost the Sox a chance and cost them the game. There's no doubt about it. And he'll lead off the game trying to redeem himself here at the moment. First pitch by Pineda. Hit hard up the middle, base hit. That's the way you begin a ball game. A leadoff single here in the first. It'll bring up the number 2 batter, Wade Boggs, who has struggled. Well, he struggled late yesterday, but he didn't struggle the day before. As Boggs is hitting at .321 with 15 homers and 39 runs batted in. His slugging percentage at a whopping .730. Man's at first, nobody out. The infield is in, the outfield's normal. Pineda set at the bell here. First pitch to Wade. He did not go 1-0. He held off. As Alomar has a small lead at first. There's Paul Molitor, the manager of the Twins. Trying to get something going. The Sox are at the moment. The left field base hit, opposite field hit for Boggs. And the meat of this order is coming up now. First and second, nobody out. So unlike yesterday afternoon, the Sox are jumping on the pitches, but they're connecting with base hits. Yesterday they couldn't connect for anything. And now Dave Winfield's the batter with a chance to try to break this game open at the moment. The infield is in, the outfield's normal. Pineda in a whole heap of trouble here with first and second and nobody out. Into right center, that's going to fall in for a base hit. Everybody will stay put. The bases are loaded for Mr. October. So the infield will be in for potential double play. The outfield will be big with the big man, Reggie Jackson, coming up. He's hitting at .454 with 23 homers and 53 runs batted. His slugging percentage over 1,000, 1.054. And a chance to really put a thumping on the Twins in the beginning of this ball game. Bases loaded now, nobody out. Pineda in a whole heap of trouble. First pitch to Reggie. Into left field. That is going to be caught. Holy cow, he caught the ball. The left fielder robbed Reggie of a base hit. One down, and the bases remain loaded. You could hang a gold star on that one. And that could be the play of the game if the Sox are not able to score. The bases are loaded for Frank Thomas. The infield is in. The outfield's normal. No score, one out. The infield is in. The outfield is normal. Potential double play situation for the Twins at the moment. One out delivery. That's hit in the air to dead center field. You cannot trust the arm of the center fielder. It's caught and everybody will stay put. Alomar does not run well. That's the reason why he didn't score. So once again, the bases are loaded, this time with 2 outs. As we take a look at the lineup for the Sox, you got Alomar, Boggs, Winfield, Jackson, Thomas, Piazza, Yount, Rice, and Green. And speaking of Piazza, he's coming to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 outs. A big opportunity for the Sox here. He's hitting at .407 with 10 homers and 27 runs batted in. Big opportunity here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. In a scoreless game, Pineda set at the belt. The 2-out delivery. Hit hard to right center field. Will it fall in? No! It's caught by the right fielder. Second time a Twins outfielder robs on the Sox from getting a base hit. And the Twins do it again. 2 in a game, 2 times in this inning. And the 1 base is left loaded. We remain scoreless. Whoa! Miguel Sano now at the plate. Boy, the Sox had a huge opportunity, and 3 things went wrong. First of all, the Twins outfielder, the left fielder, robbed a base hit by making a diving catch. ALOMAR could not score because he's too slow, and the arm in the outfield was pretty strong, though he had to go through a couple of relay men. And now the right fielder just robbed Piazza what could have been an RBI hit. That's fouled away, strike number 2. That's popped up behind the plate. Piazza is right there. Makes the catch for out number 1. Here is your defense for the Sox. Obviously, the outfield is Rice, Winfield, and Green. The infield is ALOMAR, Yount, Boggs, and Thomas. And catching the balls and strikes once again, Mike Piazza, who cannot be happy with himself at the moment. Eddie Rosario is at the plate for the Twins. Nolan Ryan with the 1-out delivery. That's popped up into right field. Shawn Green under this one makes the catch, 2 outs.
Right fielder.
Well, now bring up Max Kepler, who made a tremendous catch in right field to end this first inning. A bases loaded situation the Sox could not cash in. That's a foul ball, strike 1. Sox had left a ton of men on base since yesterday. And you wonder if that offensive onslaught 2 nights ago has drained the Sox offense. Well, we'll see. The 0-2 pops straight up, foul. It remains 0-2. With 2 outs and the base is empty, 0-2 is the count. Nolan ahead again. The pitch. Strike 3, side retire. Right down the pipe, and Max knew it. Middle to second. He remains scoreless. Well, Robert Yount has had himself a pretty good 2-game stretch. 318 average. Couple of home runs, couple of runs batted in. A home run yesterday in yesterday's loss. The lone run of the game. And he hits it in the air to shallow right. The second baseman is there. He makes the catch for the first out of the second, as Brian Dozier with the catch. Let's take a look at the Twins defense. You got Buxton, Kepler, and Rosario. Both the left and right fielder made tremendous catches. Polanco, Dozier, Mauer, and Sano do the infield, and catching the balls and strikes is Castro. So now he'll bring up Jim Rice, hitting at .415 with 14 home runs and 27 runs batted in. His on-base percentage at a whopping .447. We have a scoreless game, and that almost was not to be in the first inning. But as you saw on your screen, some unbelievable defensive plays taken by the Twins. A little chopper foul, 0-1. Hard, that's going to be a fair ball. Nope, foul ball. Foul ball. And it's a strike. The 0-2 to Rice. On the ground to short. And quickly that's 2 down.
Batting ninth, right fielder, Shawn Green.
Shawn Green now the batter. Had a couple of days off here and there. Takes a strike, 0-1. The pitch on the way. Hit hard. Right to the at-bat.
He's out.
Thinking the first baseman, my mistake, I got distracted due to a text. But don't worry, the inning's over. We remain scoreless at the end of 2.
Leading off for the Twins. Designated hitter.
Escobar, the batter.
Escobar.
And he'll lead off here in a scoreless game in the 3rd. And this is kind of unusual. You know, I've been doing Sox baseball for quite a while. And against the Twins, the Sox are just do the damage offensively. But it's the first time in a long time we've reached the 3rd inning and we're scoreless between these two clubs. That says something. There's a strike. The count is 0-1. And again, you can't go wrong between Pineda and Ryan here. Both outstanding pitchers. And it's a shame of how Pineda's Yankee career ended. It ended in injury. And he showed some promise. And I think it was a good trade, too. There's a ground ball to short. ALOMAR to the big hurt. 1 down. And he had some good stuff. I'll tell you what, the trade was a win for the Yankees, undoubtedly. As we take a look at the AL Central Division line, and it's all White Sox. Minnesota hanging tough, though. They're 8.5 back of the White Sox. Kansas City, man. You talk about coming off a championship and now looking as bad as they do. The loss of one of their big royal batters, Eric Hosmer, looming large. Jorge grounds it to second. ALOMAR makes the play. By the way, the shortstop ground ball was played by Robin Yount, so my mistake on that call. Here's 2 outs now. Bases empty for Jason Castro, hitting a .207 with 1 home run and 16 runs batted in. 0-0 game here in the top of the 3rd inning. It's been the pitching situation and the defense. Mostly the defense of the Twins is the reason why we remain scoreless. There's a strike, 0-1 is the count. The 0-1 on the way, swing and a miss, 0-2. Nothing in 2 with 2 outs. Bases empty here. The stretch by Ryan. And the pitch coming. A fly ball but foul. It'll be in the seats but in foul territory.
No, that's foul.
Again, it'll be an 0-2 pitch. On the way. Another foul ball. Looks like they'll set up inside a little bit here. The 0-2 on the way. Whoa, he struck him out. The ball gets away. Piazza picks it up, throws to first, gets his man side retired. Another K for Nolan Ryan, but it was close. Piazza finally got to the ball and threw to first. At the middle of the 3rd, we remain scoreless. Roberto ALOMAR, the batter, 1 for 1 here today with a single back in the 1st inning.
Roberto ALOMAR.
Switch hitter batting left-handed against Pineda here. We're in the 3rd inning of the ball game. First pitch by Pineda is lined into the gap in left center field. That's going to be extra bases going all the way to the wall. The center fielder makes the play. ALOMAR on his way to 3rd. Here comes the throw, not even close. He's got himself a leadoff triple to begin the 3rd inning. And as a man in score position, a man at 3rd with nobody out. I'm doing the gamecast now. I'm not done. So here's Wade Boggs now. Runner 90 feet away from scoring for the White Sox. Can Boggs bring him in? We shall see. First pitch by Pineda. There's a ground ball that'll bring in that run. It's 1-0 on the ground ball out, delivered by Wade Boggs. Well, you play small ball, you get the job done. Boggs will get the RBI on the sacrifice, so the minimal damage helps the Sox. They get that 1 run, and now here's Dave Winfield. One to nothing Sox. Dave Winfield at the plate. The 1-out delivery hit hard to right field. That's going to be a base hit. And now bring up Reggie Jackson. Reggie the DH here tonight. Listen to this crowd for Mr. October here. With a man at first and one out.
No, he's safe.
They tried the pickoff attempt, it didn't work. Another pickoff attempt. I don't know why Pineda keeps checking Winfield here. Winfield could run, but with the big man at the plate, you seldom want to take a chance. Off the middle, base hit in the center. First and second occupied, one out. And the small ball working again for the White Sox here. That ball just hit straight up the middle. That is good piece hitting by Winfield there. And now here's Frank Thomas. A run is in for the White Sox here. First and second occupy, one out. The infield is in, the outfield is normal. That ball is lifted in the air to right field. That'll stay in the park. And there's your second out of the third inning. Piazza lined out in the first inning. He was robbed by the right fielder. A chance to bring in the first run of the game, but the right fielder dove and made the catch to end the first. This time, first and second, two outs, the run is in. The pitch by Pineda is lifted in the air to dead center field, and Buxton is there, and this inning is over. A run is in, but the Sox waste an opportunity to put more runs on the board. At the end of three, it's the Sox 1 and the Twins nothing.
Win. Center fielder number 25. Byron Buxton.
Buxton will lead off here in the fourth inning with his club down 1-0, takes the strike. 0-1. A ground ball out by Wade is the reason why the Sox have a 1-0 lead at the moment. Now Buxton behind 0-2. Good crowd on hand for this Friday night matchup between these two AL Central Division rivals. It'll be an 0-2 to Buxton. And the pitch by Ryan. Struck him out swinging. Another K for Nolan. And there's one down to begin the fourth inning.
Now batting, first baseman.
Good morning.
Joe Mauer.
Good afternoon. And good night. Joe Mauer now the batter. The one-out delivery. Swung on him, missed strike one. Mauer 0 for 1, popped out back in the first inning. Nothing in one. The pitch to Joe. Swung on and missed.
No balls, two strikes.
That curveball fooling Joe badly here. Now he's in the hole, nothing in two. Will they go with that pitch again? No, they won't. They set up outside. The 0-2 to Mauer. Ground ball to ALOMAR at second. Two out. Bring up Brian Dozier, the second baseman, lined out back in the first. They set up outside. Two out delivery to Brian. Swing and a miss, strike one. The 0-1. Down low, 1-1. The stretch. And a 1-1. That's outside, 2-1. And Nolan didn't like that one. 2 balls, 1 strike on Brian Dozier. Hit hard to short. Yount with the play, and Thomas with the scoop, side retired. At the middle of the fourth, it's a 1-0 Sox lead. Robert Yount, Yount at the plate, 0 for 1, popped out back in the second. 1-0 Sox lead here in the bottom of the fourth. The story is the pitching. Yount grounds one right back up the middle. The shortstop's got it. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Center fielder number 14.
I'll bring up Jim Rice, 0 for 1 with a ground out back in the second inning. The stretch by Pineda here. And a one-out delivery. That's pulled in the air deep to right field. Back is the outfielder at the wall. It's gone. So long, farewell. Jim Rice with a line shot down the right field line and into the seats in right. Solo home run for Jim Rice. It's a 2-0 Sox lead. And fans, you know what happens every time a Sox hits a home run. Hey, Jim Rice, this buzz for you. A line drive smoker off the bat of Jim Rice. Good piece hit in there by Jim, and now here is Shawn Green. A run is in on the home run by Rice. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. That's hit in the air to right center. Right there is Buxton. He'll make the catch for the 2nd out of the 4th inning. That ball was hit right on the nose, but right to Buxton. The shift was on, too. Now bring up the top of the order, Roberto Alomar, still batting on the left side. A run is in on the home run. The bases are empty with 2 outs. That's pulled to right field. That ball is going to go off the wall. And Alomar, who had a triple his last time up, now has a double. He is now a home run away from the cycle. He's got a single, a triple, and a double. And now the batter is Wade Boggs. A run is in on the Jim Rice line drive homer. Man's at second, and 2 outs. The pitch by Pineda is popped up into center. Buxton under this one will make the catch, side retire, but not before Jim Rice lines one into the right field seats. At the end of 4, it's the Sox 2 and the Twins nothing. Miguel Sano, a big man, big power hitter for the Twins, leads off here in the 5th inning. That's right, folks, we're in the 5th inning of play. The story has been the pitching on both sides, both for the Twins and the Sox. But right now, the Twins are down 2-0 as there's a strike. Right down the pipe for Nolan Ryan, who's on the mound. They set up inside again here. And a swing and a miss, 0-2. And Nolan ahead of another batter here. It'll be an 0-2. The pitch to Sano. Strike 3 on the corner. And this crowd's starting to get into it here in the 5th inning. Take a look at the pitch sequence, man. All right down the pipe. They set up inside here again. That's inside for a ball. Eddie Rosario, the left fielder who made that tremendous catch earlier in the 1st, is the batter. He's ahead of the count 1-0. He's a tough cookie for the Twins, undoubtedly so, and now Ryan behind 2-0. He's a guy that could distract you at the plate and on the base pads. Now it's 2-1 on Eddie. The 2-1. Ground ball to short. Robin to the big hurt. Got him. Boy, Robin took way too long to get to that ball, but he got to it and got his man by a step. There's your line score. 2 outs, bases empty for Max Kibler, who made a sensational catch in the 1st to Rob Piazza. Bases empty, 2 outs here. Fouled away, strike 1. Nolan trying to be careful here. The 0-1 delivery. In the air, deep left field. This could be problems. Way back, toward the wall. It is off the wall. And whatever Nolan was thinking, he ain't going to get it. It's going to be a triple for the Twins hitter. And a potential tying run is now coming to the plate for Minnesota.
Designated hitter, Eduardo Escobar.
I'll bring up Escobar here. A long triple here. And the batter now will be Escobar. And that's a strike, 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
I got the count 0-2.
Standing up inside again is a little looper to third. This could be tough. Outfielder and third baseman. It's caught. It's caught by Winfield. Holy cow, what a play. Side retired. It's time to take a break for Station ID. 2-0 Sox. Middle of the fifth. Wow.
Carlton Fisk calls all my pitches. Even this one for these washable, durable White Sox placemats from your hometown Pizza Hut restaurants. Oh, yeah. Just order any Pizza Hut pizza and get a set of 2 White Sox placemats for just 89 cents. There are 4 White Sox placemats in all, and they're available only at your hometown Pizza Hut restaurants. Hey, what's that? Fork ball. Fork ball? I don't even have a fork ball. Where'd you learn to catch?
This is WON Brooklyn.
I won the pennant with the Yankees, and I won the pennant with the Mets. I know a winner when I see one. Like the Daily News's big new sports section. 3 more pages every day. Great new writers, too. I know the fight for who's got the best sports section in New York isn't over until it's over. But it's over.
Daily News Sports. The new powerhouse in New York's hometown paper.
It's over.
Dave Winfield made possibly the catch of the year when you had the shortstop running towards you, and somehow he dove and got to that ball. An absolute sensational catch by Dave Winfield to end the top of the fifth. Unbelievable. And here he is at the plate, 0-1. I mean, that was problems all the way. Chopper foul, 0-2. It'll be an 0-2 to Winfield. There's a pop-up in the infield. The second baseman, Dozier.
What?
Dozier makes the catch. 1 out, and here's Reggie Jackson. 1 for 2 here tonight. Singled back in the third. It's 2-0. Sox lead. The pitching continues to be the story. Sox only have 2 runs. Jackson trying to make it 3 on that swing. Not even close. 0-1. Sox offense has been struggling since the onslaught in the first game of that 2-game series against the Cardinals, where they scored more than 30 runs that day, but they've been tired out. There's a drive! Deep in the left center! Kissing goodbye! So long, farewell! Mr. October strikes again! And it's a 3-0 Sox lead. And fans, you know what happens every time a Sox hits a home run. Hey, Reggie Jackson, this bud's for you. That, folks, was no cheap shot. Long home run for Reggie. Man, he didn't miss any of that. That is something else right there. Well, the batter now is Frank Thomas, who hits a hot shot off the middle for a base hit. He's on with a hit. 1 out. And a man at first. He's got to be happy with himself there. Boy, oh boy, I tell you. And Piazza's the batter here. He's 0 for 2. And the man at first at 1 out. A run is in on the Reggie home run. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Well, 0-1 is the count. Pineda with the pitch on the way. Piazza fouls it near the Sox dugout into the backstop again.
That's a ball.
And that's outside.
That count 1 and 2.
It's 1 and 2. Piazza trying to continue this rally here. The pitch. Hit hard, but foul again. Fans cheering MVP here. The pitch again. Hit hard again, but foul. Again, a chance. Are out in fourth. The pitch. Hit hard to right field. That's carrying a long way. Toward the corner. And he's gone. So long farewell. A Piazza delivery. 2-run homer. And the Sox extend their lead. It's a 5-0 Sox lead, and fans, once again, you know what happens every time a Sox gets a home run. Hey, Mike Piazza, this bud's for you. Well, that was no cheap shot, folks. That ball was lined to right. Second line drive to right field. And now the batter is Robert Yount. And he hammers one to right field over the head of the first baseman Mauer. And things starting to get away from Michael Pineda and the Twins at the moment.
Center fielder number 14, Jim Wright.
And the batter now is Jim Rice. Trevor May warming in the bullpen for Minnesota. As things are starting to get away from Pineda at the moment. Line in the center. Buxton coming on. He's got his mans for out number 2.
Right fielder number 15, Shawn Green.
Well, the batter now is Shawn Green. Man's at first 2 outs, a couple of runs in for the Sox here in the 5th. That's outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch by Pineda. There she goes! Hammer to right field. It's upper deck time off the facing of the upper deck. So long farewell. Right up the big green apple. 2-run homer, his 4th of the year, and the Sox now have a 7-0 lead. And fans, you know what happens every time a Sox gets a home run. Hey, Shawn Green, this bud for you. Man, and he hammered that one. Ain't no doubt about a shot off the facing of the upper deck, near the facing of the upper deck. And that's going to do it for Pineda. He was carrying this team down by a few. Now they're down by a ton. This corner bullpen brought to you by New Jersey Bell. We'll step aside.
Don't you hate it when you go to answer the phone and you've just missed the call? All you get is that eeet. Well, with return call, if you don't make it to the phone on time, it's okay.
Hello?
It remembers the last number that called you and automatically calls it back. But now let's say the phone rings and you don't want to be interrupted. But what if it's an important call? With caller ID, you can silently screen your calls.
Barbara, you okay?
Honey, it's time.
I'll never get home in time. Start breathing. I'll call Kate.
Call waiting lets important calls get through. It's the most popular Bell Atlantic IQ service. Call now for call waiting.
Mike.
Barbara just went into labor.
Okay, I'll pick her up and meet you at the hospital. Let me get back to you, Mary.
Be there for the people who count on you. Call now for call waiting, caller ID, and return call. There's no service connection charge.
Kate, yeah, we did just try to call.
Call 1-800-272-1006 now for IQ services, and the service connection is free.
Back at the stadium, new pitcher Trevor May will be out of the bullpen for Minnesota. And what was a close game has turned out to be anything but. It's a 7-0 deficit for Minnesota. A large lead for the Sox at the moment, and Roberto Alomar is just a home run shy from getting the cycle.
Second baseman, Roberto.
Line deep to right for foul. Whoa! He was close. Strike one. The 0-1. Hit high and deep. He's got it. To right field. Kiss it goodbye. So long, Phil. He's got the cycle. Holy cow, what a night for Alomar. And the Sox go back to back and belly to belly and lead it 8-0. Look at him. He's pumped. Rounding third base. And fans, you know what happens every time a Sox gets a home run. They refer to Alomar. This fight for you. He got all of that one. An upper deck shot for Roberto Alomar. He's got the cycle. Ryan Presley is warming in the bullpen for the Twins. Wade Boggs now the batter with 2 outs and the base is empty and a ton of runs are scored. And the onslaught continues here in the 5th as Boggs has himself a hit.
Now batting, left fielder, Dave Winfield.
And Dave Winfield now the batter. Winfield already making his mark with an outstanding catch in left field earlier. He lines one to right left field. That's going to be problems. Hey, attempt of the catch is no good. And the runners will be at second and third and 2 outs. And the onslaught continues. And Reggie Jackson, who began the scoring with a home run in this inning, is now at the plate. And a chance for the Sox to really blow the game open here. They're already up 8-0 and are just 2 runs away from hitting double digits. That's hit hard up the middle and is a base hit. 1 run will score. It's now 9-0. And the onslaught continues now with only 2 outs.
Frank Thomas.
Here's Frank Thomas. Thomas, a couple of base hits here and there. Set first and third now, 2 outs. Tons of runs in for the Sox here. And a high pop-up into left field. And this inning is finally over. The Sox put up tons of runs thanks to the home run ball. And in the end of 5, it's the Sox 9 and the Twins nothing.
Leading off for Minnesota, shortstop, Jorge Polanco.
Polanco will be the batter to lead off the 6th inning. That's right, we're in the 6th inning. This game was going fast until we hit the bottom of the 5th. That's when the Sox started scoring here. The first game of a 3-game series is all Sox at the moment, and with Nolan pitching, that could be a long night for the Twins. There's your first pitch ground out to begin the 6th inning. This game has been about defense too. The Twins robbing the Sox twice, and Winfield robbing the Twins once. That's into the air, the left field. Winfield going back on the warning track, makes the turnaround catch for the 2nd out of the 6th. 2 pitches, 2 outs, and Byron Buxton will now be the batter. Struck out and popped out his last time up. Pulled foul, strike one. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Two on the way. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. And the side is retired. A 1-2-3 inning for Nolan Ryan. We go to the bottom of the sixth with the Sox on top of the Twins. 9-0. Well, Mike Piazza with a 2-run homer back in the last inning will lead off here. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Sox with the long ball again. Rebounding after yesterday's not so good performance against the Cardinals in the final game of that mini 2-game series. Piazza trying to go for the upper deck there with that swing, 0-1. Sox are run away from hitting double digits again. Into right field. It is. Oh, it's missed this time. The right fielder could not get to that ball. And Piazza's got himself a stand-up double. The right fielder tried to make another outstanding catch and was not able to do it this time. And there's a runner in score position for Robin Yount. Yount 1 for 3 here tonight, singled and a run. 9-0 Sox. Their Sox are just one run away from hitting double digits again. And to right field, that's going to dunk in fast, and they're going to get that 10th run of the ball game. Piazza will easily score. Yount moves to second, an RBI double, and the Sox have put up a 10 spot in this ball game. They lead it 10-0.
Center fielder, Jim Rice.
And Jim Rice will be the batter. Jim already with a home run in this game has had his impact felt. Swing and a miss, strike one. Rice 1 for 3 here tonight. On the ground, base hit into center field. Runners at the corners, nobody out. The Sox are at it again. This time with nobody out. And Shawn Green, with a long home run his last time up, is now at the plate with nobody out and the runners at the corners and a run in. He lines it down the right field line. Foul. Strike one. There you see the stat. 1 for 3. That home run, his 4th of the year. 0-1 is the count on Green with runners at the corners and nobody out here in the 6th. And he pops it up. That was a home run pitch and he missed it by a mile. To left field and caught for the first out of the 6th. That was a hanging ball that could have been upper deck time, but he missed it by a mile. Here is Roberto ALOMAR, who hit for the cycle. A perfect 4 for 4. A single, a double, a triple, and a long home run. Runners at the corners, 1 out. He hits it to left field. That's carrying a long way. Way back is the outfielder. At the wall is gone. So long farewell. Have a night, Roberto ALOMAR. His 2nd home run of the night. His 10th of the year. He's for perfect 5 for 5, and the Sox now lead it 13-0. And once again, fans, you know what happens every time a Sox gets a home run. Hey, Roberto ALOMAR, this buzz for you. An opposite field line drive 3-run homer for Roberto ALOMAR, who's having himself a career night. And now here's Boggs.
Now batting, third baseman, Lee Boggs.
Out the middle, another base hit. Well, the Twins' pitching and bullpen has fallen apart in this game. No doubt about that one.
The left fielder, number 31.
Man.
Dave Winfield.
And Dave Winfield will now be the batter. Winfield takes a strike. Oh and 1 is the count. The pitch coming. Swing and a miss. 0 and 2. Nothing in 2. We're 1 out and a couple of runs in. The pitch on the way. He looked foolish on that at bat. He's out, and there are 2 outs. So May retires Winfield pretty badly. And Reggie Jackson will now be the batter. Reggie has had himself quite a night. Couple of base hits and a home run. Man's at first 2 outs. 3 runs are in this inning alone. Up the middle, base hit in the center again. And the inning continues with 2 outs here in the 6th, as the Twins pitching continues to be a problem. In a game which had everything in the beginning, has gotten away from the Twins fast and furious. The batter now is Frank Thomas. Hard pop up in the right. This will end the inning as the right fielder makes the catch. But the Sox put up 3 more runs. And at the end of 6 from the stadium is the Sox 13 and the Twins nothing. Well, the line score not pretty. 13-23-0 for the Sox. For the Minnesota Twins, 0-1-0. It was almost evenly matched until we got to the bottom of the 5th when the Sox scored 7 runs. And then 4 runs in the 6th. 7 in the 5th. And 4 in the 6th, and it has been downhill for the Twins ever since. Joe Mauer now the batter, and he fouls it away, strike 1. Ground ball to Yount. Getting the slow Mauer, a challenge, and they won't get him. And they're going to call that an E6. I am not really sure about that call. Not really sure about that call at all, folks. As Brian Dozier will now be the batter. Takes a strike, 0-1. 13-0 Sox lead. That is the 2nd hit by the Twins here tonight. How about that? As ripped to left but foul, 0-2 is now the count. And a ground ball base hit down the left field line. Mauer will stay at second base. And runners now at first and second and nobody out. It is the first threat for the Twins here today in this game. Just past the reach of Wade Boggs. The batter now is Miguel Sano. Strike, 0-1. One swing and make it a 10-run deficit for the Twins, but they have a lot of catching up to do. And Sano takes another strike, 0-2. Now Ryan in his first jam of the night tonight. Club up by 13 though. That's Sano. Chops it right back to the mound. Nolan will throw to second and he throws it way off. Everybody's safe. He could have gotten the out at first. Instead, he threw to second, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for Eddie Rosario. Takes it down low, 1-0. Well, this is a big jam for Nolan. Look at him trying to shake off the cobwebs now after the long last 2 innings. And now he's behind 2-0. Remember, there's no place to put Rosario with the bases loaded. And now he's behind 3-0. And on deck is Max Kepler, who already has 5 home runs in the season. The 3-0. Outside, he walked in a run. The shutout is over. The bases remain loaded. It's a 13-1 ball game. Well, Ryan lost his control. And now is Max Kepler, 1 for 2 with a triple, back in the 5th inning. Setting up inside, and he misses inside. That's 5 straight outside the strike zone. And remember earlier, the Twins were swinging from those pitches. Now they can't see him, and now they do it again, and now it's even at 1-1. And there's the strike. It's 2-1.
1 ball, 2 strikes, count.
1-2 as Nolan's trying to get the first out of the inning, and that's inside. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, he's losing control, there's no doubt about it, as Kepler taking a couple of past practice swings. Bases loaded, nobody out, a run is in, the shutout is over. The 2-2, another foul ball. Setting up down low again, the pitch. And now the count is full. And the bases are loaded here. 3-2 is the count. They set up inside. The payoff pitch. He missed it. And the ball gets away as well. It doesn't matter. A run scores. And another bases on ball brings in a run. It's 13-2. Still nobody out for Aguado Escobar. And for the first time tonight, we're going to have ourselves a mound visit. A look inside the bullpen. On your left, Lee Smith. On your right, Goose Gossage. That's all you need to know. And that's fouled away, strike 1. 2 runs are in here. Here's the pitch. Whoa, that goes inside. 1-1 is the count. I don't think Nolan meant to do that, because if he would have hit him, a run would have scored, and that's something that I don't think the Sox can afford. And now Nolan just cannot find the plate. Earlier in the ballgame, as I told you a moment ago, he's aimed outside and aimed inside, and the Twins have gone fishing. But this time they're not going fishing. They're concentrating. And now it's 3-1 as the ball got away from Piazza. And once again, Nolan on the verge of walking in a run again. The 3-1 is ball 4. It is the 3rd run walked in by Nolan. And the fans starting to get a little bit restless, as Nolan has completely lost it. And I'll tell you something right now. He surrenders a hit or another walk, he's gone. Another foul ball, strike 1. Trying to find the inside and the outside corner. It's not working. And it's inside for ball number 1. And the ball now gets away, but everybody will stay right where they are. Nolan is just not finding his good stuff. The 2-1 with foul, even at 2-2. Look at the pitch count for Nolan. It was decent until a moment ago. The 2-2. The ball gets away. It's now a full count. And Nolan is on the verge of walking in his 4th run of the inning. The payoff. 4-4. And I think that's going to be all for Nolan. That's it. Nolan is going to leave with a huge lead, but he lost it here in the 7th. We'll step aside. This corner bullpen brought to you by Superwoman, A New Dawn.
It's been quite a week for me. Home, a new job, a new city. What else could a girl ask for? What was that woman's problem? Why was she following me like that? She gave me quite a scare.
I'm Detective Mara from the Chicago Police Department. I'm actually here concerning the death of Mark Luther. I've been traveling the country the last few weeks and looking to find people who seem to know some information about that.
Oh, what does that have to do with me?
It has a lot to do with you because you know him.
I don't know what you mean. I didn't know any Mark Luther.
That's BS, lady. Or should I call you Superwoman?
How dare you? I never worked with any Luther and I'm not Superwoman.
Sure you are. Remember the good times where you worked with him to destroy the whole town of Scarborough and all those innocent people?
Get the hell out of my house!
Oh, did I strike a nerve?
Get the hell out, Detective Mara! She's not a police detective. She's Mark Luther's daughter.
Indeed. I am Mark Luther's daughter. There was no reason for you to let Supergirl kill my father.
Let's be honest. Your dad was an evil man. He enjoyed killing people for fun, and I just can't approve of that kind of human being. We're lucky that the government found me in the condition that I was in after your father's death. The entire evil residue that he injected me with is completely gone, but the powers are still here, and I'm going to use them for good.
You probably found out that I wasted your time and tricked you. You're probably angry as hell. And you know what? I frankly don't care. I have some unfinished business to settle with you. So if you have the guts to do it, meet me at 125 West 9th Street. It's a small place with a pool house attached. So come and show yourself, if you dare, super bitch. Sincerely, Karen Luther, aka your worst nightmare.
I have had enough of this creature. This woman is getting on my last nerves. Well, she asked for it, and she's gonna get it. Not today. No, I have to bring Karen Luther to justice. And that means no cooling off breaks, not for a crime fighter.
Oh, but Superwoman, I insist you cool off. This is only the beginning, Superwoman. When you snap out of it and come to the surface, you're going to be in for the fight of your useless life.
I've done Sox baseball for a long time, and I've never seen a good pitcher like Nolan lose it so quick. Lee Smith will try to clean up the mess here. With his club now up by only 9 runs, the bases are loaded and nobody out here in the 7th inning of the ball game. But what was a large lead has turned into anything but. Fouled away, strike 1. That's hammered to left field. That's kind of a long way, and it is gone! A home run! It just hit off the top of the fence and bounced out. Castro with a grand slam, and we have ourselves a ball game. It's 13-8. All is silent here in the Bronx. Holy cow, you gotta be kidding me. So Nolan Ryan walks the ballpark, walks in 4 runs, and Castro on the second pitch he sees from Lee Smith hits one into the alleyway. It hits off the top of the wall and bounces out for a grand slam. And Byron Buxton is now the batter to pop it up. Oh my goodness. Is that number 1? What an unbelievable turn of events now. It is a ball game. It's 13-8. And Joe Mauer is now the batter. And that's inside. This crowd is stunned, and so am I. One and one now on Joe. And there's a ground ball to third. Boggs has got it. 2 out. This is baseball. It's a strange game. Brian Dozier now the batter. And that's inside for ball 1. Well, Nolan will be charged with all those runs scoring on the grand slam. He's still on the verge of winning it thanks to the, as there's a ground ball from Yount. Side retire. It's not a large lead anymore, but it's a lead for the Sox. But the Twins are alive as it's time to stretch. It's a 13-8 ball game. Well, Ryan Presley's job is now to keep the Sox offense at bay. As his Cubs storm back with a grand slam and Nolan missing the plate badly. His job is to keep the Sox offense at bay. And Piazza will lead off here in the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Well, this is not the same Sox team we saw a few nights ago in Game 1 against the Cardinals. And you wonder if that offensive onslaught has tired them so much they're not the same Sox team. This is a base hit up the middle. This is not the same team as we saw in that game. And Nolan Ryan, who pitched brilliantly until that point, just completely lost it. As Robin Yount is now the batter. Hit hard, base hit into Ryan. Nobody was covering that alley. First and second, nobody out for the Sox. And here we go again. The Twins climb back, and they're on the verge of surrendering more runs back. And now here's Jim Rice. The infield is in, the outfield is normal. Hit hard to right field, caught by the second baseman, and they're going to get a triple play. It's off the glove, but nobody's coming back. You got to be kidding me. Side retired. Oh, we're not going to pause for station identification. Can you believe that?
Hello, this is Universal City Studios, where we're filming Dragnet. I'd like to take just a minute to talk to those of you who will soon be 65 about signing up for your Medicare benefits under Social Security. Now, it's very important that you go into your Social Security office 2 or 3 months before your 65th birthday, regardless of whether you plan to retire or whether you want to continue working for a while. If you wait until you're already 65 to apply for Medicare, you will have lost some of the protection provided by this health insurance. The time to sign up is before you're 65, not after. Now, if you have a question about Medicare or about any of the other Social Security benefits, write, phone, or visit the Social Security office in your community. The people there will be glad to help you.
This is WON Brooklyn.
Mike Lupica and Howard Cosell for the Daily News.
What's on your mind these days, Howard?
Weighty things, Mike. Changing political currents, summit diplomacy.
But most often, Howard.
Baseball, Michael. The World Series looms. That means more fans turning to the Daily News.
For great coverage and pretty good columns.
You're too modest. There are great sports columns in the Daily News, only one of which is yours.
The Daily New York hometown paper.
Fry here. LaRussa here. Are you ready for this year's Busch Crosstown Classic?
No, I'm just admiring this year's Busch Crosstown Classic display.
I see it too, Skipper.
Real handsome. Oh, thanks, Tony.
I meant the display, Skip. What do you think of the mug?
Oh, you mean the free Busch Crosstown mug fans get when they buy a case of Busch beer?
Yeah, Jim. You look real good next to it.
Tony, you never look better yourself.
Back at the stadium, in a game which has had everything. Jim Rice just hit a line drive, which could have been a base hit. Both runners were going, and it turned into a triple play. You cannot make that stuff up as that ball zings by Miguel Sano. Wonder what that was about. Boy, this is the craziest game I've seen in years of doing Sox baseball. There's a foul ball, 1-1 is the count. There's a strike again. Now it's 1-2 on Sano. The pitch again. Into right field. That's going to be a base hit for Sano. Off the wall it'll go. Sean Green will throw to second, and the Twins have a man at second base to begin the 8th inning. Let's start for the Twins here. Eddie Rosario 0 for 2 walked his last time up. This crowd is restless, folks, no doubt about it. They feel the tide turning at the moment. There's a strike, 0-1. 13-8 is the score. Bruce Gossage is warming in the Sox bullpen just in case. As Rosario now on the hole, 0-2. Going with that fastball again. There's a long drive in the dead center field. Back is Jim Rice looking up, and it's a 3-run game. So long, farewell, Eddie Rosario has put the Twins now within 3. It's 13-10. Lee Smith has just come into this game and has absolutely coughed it up. First, Nolan Ryan loses the strike zone, and then Smith against Castro on the second pitch hits a grand slam, Castro does, and just now a 2-run homer hit by Eddie Rosario has put the Twins within 3, and still nobody out. Unbelievable. There's another drive in the right, and that ball ain't going to be caught. It's off the wall, and that's going to be a double for a Twin hitter, and now he's going for 3 as the ball is cut to the wrong base. It's a triple.
Designated hitter, Eduardo Escobar.
For Max Keepler, who has been in the middle of everything, and I tell you, Sean Green screwed up on that play. Should have thrown it a cutoff man, did not. And now we have another batter at the plate. And that's pulled to left field. That's going to be a foul ball. Escobar is the batter. He's 0 for 2. He walked his last time up. Nobody out, a runner third. 13-10, Sox lead. He pops it up foul again. And now it's 0-2. 0-2. Another foul ball. Nothing but fastballs. At the moment, it's off of Smith. They'll throw home, not even close. A run scores. It's 13-11. A man's at first, but now we have to see if Smith is okay. He took a shot off his leg. And folks, I never thought I would say this. The potential tying run is coming to the plate with nobody out, and Jorge Polanco is the batter. Who would have ever thought? In a 13-0 ball game, it's now 13-11. A man's at first, the infield is in, the outfield is normal, nobody out here in the 8th inning. Strike taken 0-1. Remember, Goose Gossage is in the bullpen, but he is not ready yet. And Lee Smith yet to record an out. Another strike, 0-2. And now Nolan's decision of this game hangs in the balance. The 0-2 is ripped to left center and out of play. Left field out of play. Means nothing at 2. The pitch coming. Is swung on and belted to center. And this is going to be the first out of the ball game of the inning. If Rice gets to it, he does. Runner will retreat to first, and a sarcastic cheer from the Sox fans as they finally collect it out. And here's Jason Castro with the big hit of the game, a grand slam, which cut the Twins close. And he hits it to left field. This should be caught. Winfield, right there, makes the catch. Runner will go right back to where he is. 2 outs here in the 8th. And now it's up to Byron Buxton. He hits it on the ground to Robin Yount. Side retired as they get the 4th to 2nd, but the Twins score a couple of more runs. They're within 2 in the middle of the 8th. Sox 13. Well, Tommy Rogers Rogers is out of the bullpen for the Twins. Sean Green at the plate. And it looks like Dennis Eckersley is warming with Rich Goose Gossage, and you got to wonder if Eckersley will come into the game to save it. It is a 2-run lead for the Sox. To left field, and it'll be caught. There's your first out of the 8th inning. And Roberto Alomar, who's had himself quite a night, is now coming to the plate with his team up by only 2 runs and now batting on the right side. He hard to deep right field, that's carrying a long way, and Alomar will not get that hit as it's caught by the right fielder. That ball was carrying a long way, but to no avail. So now here's Wade Boggs. 13-11, Sox lead. Base hit up the middle. And Boggs continues his hitting situation. We're in the bottom of the 8th, a 2-run lead for the Sox. Who would have ever thought that would happen? There's Dave Winfield, 3 for 5. In a game that seems like it's football instead of baseball. 2 outs, the man's at first. On the ground to third. Nice sliding play by the third baseman. Side retires. The Twins get out of it. And they're within 2 runs. It's the last chance for Minnesota. They're down 13-11. Well, Dennis Eckersley, I bet you he didn't think he was going to come into this game. Up 13-0 after Nolan lost the plate. Lee Smith choked it up. And here we are in a situation where the Twins are down by 2. They set up inside to Joe Mauer, and that's not how you want to begin the inning. Joe Mauer hit in the back as Dennis Eckersley lost control. I mean, you just cannot begin the 9th inning like that. There is the potential for a double play. And look at this. I think Dozier thinks that was done on purpose. I really don't think so. You try to set up inside, it gets away from you. That's just, I don't know. That's a strike 0-1 as the Sox need 3 outs to get out of this one. And a hit batter is not how you want to begin the 9th inning. Hit hard to third. They only get That's a line drive out. Yep, the umpire says it's a line drive out. Dozier not happy. There's one down. The Sox 2 outs away from escaping this one. He hits it foul to right field. Strike one on Sano. He's a big man, folks. With some outstanding power. He swings and misses. And now he's behind 0-2. Another foul ball. Swung on and missed, and the Sox 1 out away from a win. Sano not happy. Talks it over with the home plate umpire. And the final chance is Eddie Rosario. We had a 2-run homer earlier today. He's the potential tying run for the Twins at the moment. The 2-out delivery, strike, 0-1. And he hits it on the ground. They'll get the out at second. This game is over. The Sox escape and beat the Twins 13-11. Nolan Ryan gets the win in a game that was not easy. It's a big win for the Sox because they just, if they would have lost this one, it would have been a lot to talk about. Nolan Ryan gets the win. And your final score from the stadium, the Sox 13 and the Twins 11. Be sure to join us next time for another exciting edition of Sox Baseball. So long from the Bronx, everybody.
This is WON Brooklyn.